On this episode, I'm going to be talking about some listener feedback about a previous suggestion I made that the listener has an issue with. My name is Carey Green, and I am the client happiness guy at podcastfasttrack.com, and this is Podcastification. This show is all about podcasting. How to do it, how not to do it, best practices, interesting news items that have to do with the realm of podcasting, and who knows what else. And I'm trying to do it all with a little bit of fun and some information to help you get a show going, keep yours going, or make it better. And if you like what's going on here on the show, I would appreciate it, so appreciate it, if you could leave a rating or review on iTunes. You can find out how to do that at podcastfasttrack.com/review. That's enough of that kind of stuff. Let's get you podcastificated right away. Well, today I am going to respond to a listener, Brandy Young of BigActiveAudience.com, and Brandy had an issue with something I've done on my website. Actually, it was in response to podcast number 44, where I talked about whether you get more podcast subscribers by sending them to iTunes or to your website. And I'm just going to read Brandy's email straight up. Well, actually, hey, how about if I don't read it? How about if I have someone else read it so that it doesn't sound like me and maybe it'll kind of sound like Brandy?
Hi, Carey. Thank you for being a voice that finally acknowledges that iTunes isn't always the only goal. However, your new subscribe to the show on iTunes link ignores everyone coming to you on a non-Apple device. I don't see what's wrong with the typical set of subscribe images you see on many podcast websites. You know the ones. Subscribe in iTunes, subscribe in Stitcher, subscribe via RSS. You are 100% right that subscribes outside of iTunes don't count, but a person who isn't an Apple user will never subscribe via iTunes just because that is the only link you give them. Why make things harder for your non-Apple listeners? People know what device they're on. Why not let them choose their subscribe link instead of deleting their options if they weren't on an Apple device? Having someone subscribe via Stitcher instead of iTunes is a way better outcome than sending them away without being able to subscribe at all. My 2 cents.
Okay, Brandy, thanks so much for leaving that comment on the blog. I hope you don't mind a little bit of creativity there. I have to say that, well, I agree with you. And I am a little embarrassed that I didn't think of those things before because I am not an Apple user. I am an Android guy. And so it's surprising that I didn't think of that myself, but I think you're totally right. And the show notes pages for my particular blog posts that accompany my podcast episodes do not include a variety of subscription options like you mentioned. So I think I have a little bit of work to do. It's going on my to-do list and I will get that updated, hopefully, maybe, perhaps, but don't count on it, for this episode of Podcastification. Brandy, thank you so much. And if you have a comment or if you have a question about podcasting or something you would like to interact about, I am here. I would love to hear from you. My name is Carey. You can reach me at Carey, C-A-R-E-Y, at podcastfasttrack.com. Now go and make it a podcastificating day. This show is brought to you by Podcast Fast Track, where my team provides professional podcasting services without the time suck. Full production, editing, and show notes, all in one monthly subscription package. You can find out more at podcastfasttrack.com. Now go out and make it a podcastificating day. Audio editing and show notes by podcastfasttrack.com. Get 15% off your first month by mentioning this show.